Welcome back to BrainFLoTv. If you've never been here before, just go ahead and hit that subscribe button and let's get right into the topic. I don't know, man. It's politics time. And I was trying to stay away from politics, but instead of doing all these entertainment videos, we can get a little bit cerebral sometime. So let's get into this one. Charlamagne Tha God regrets backing Kamala Harris for vice president, says she disappeared in the Biden administration. Now, this article was put out by Fox News. It was a story by Hannah Panrek, and we're going to get into the story right now. It says that radio host Charlamagne Tha God said that he regretted backing the Biden ticket in 2020. Politico reported on Tuesday and said that he felt like Vice President Kamala Harris disappeared when they got to the White House. She was out front. She looked like she represented something strong. She looked like changes were about to happen. And then once they got the election and won and got into the White House, she just disappeared into the background. Nothing was done on her behalf. That's pretty much what Charlamagne Tha God is saying, right? Charlamagne, who is the host of The Breakfast Club, also told the outlet that he had no plans to endorse President Biden and Harris in 2024 as he felt burnt over his 2020 endorsement. Basically, he said, "I've learned my lesson from doing that." This is what he told Politico. "I've learned my lesson from doing that. Once they got in the White House, she kind of disappeared. When I give my word like, yo, man, I think we should be supporting Kamala Harris for vice president because she is going to hold it down. When they say those things and people don't see her holding it down, that causes issues," Charlamagne said. Now, he also said that he still receives backlash over their 2020 endorsement. Damn, you told us to vote for them. Do you know how many people say that to me all the time? Basically, he's saying he has a large platform and he has the ability to swing or sway people in the direction of his influence. So if he tells them vote Republican, his platform's going to vote Republican. If he tells them vote Democrat, they're going to vote Democrat. Whoever he tells them to vote for, they're going to vote. And he said of lately, he's been getting a lot of backlash. When people see him, they're like, damn, yo, you told us to vote for them. And look at what it's doing now. Or we didn't get anything out of it. And he said he doesn't like that, right? And it's not good. Charlamagne endorsed the ticket in 2020 because Biden chose Harris as his running mate. "Quote unquote, I'm voting for Kamala Harris. I'll tell you that in a heartbeat. I'm not necessarily voting for Joe Biden. I'm voting for Senator Kamala Harris." This is what he said, end quote, at the time. "I believe she's a political change agent. Exactly the leader this country needs to lead us in the future. If she is not, I'll just be wrong." That's what Charlamagne said in 2020. "I'm just tired of old white male leadership in politics." Charlamagne was joined by Harris for an interview in December of 2021 that quickly got heated after the host asked who the real president is. Mind you, in 2020, he said he's tired of old white men leadership in politics. The U.S. has had a string of old white men for president, right? Except for Barack Obama. And now it seems like Charlamagne is ready to go back to the old white man leadership because he certainly has been endorsing Trump for president again. At least that's what I've seen. "I want to know who the real president of this country is. Is it Joe Biden or Joe Manchin?" is what he had asked Kamala Harris when they did their interview in 2021. Charlamagne asked this on his Comedy Central show, which is called The God's Honest Truth. While he and Harris discussed Democratic Senator Joe Manchin's opposition to spending legislation being debated on Capitol Hill, the interview went off the rails as one of Harris's aides tried to step in to end it. But Harris was like, nah, chill, I got this. And she answered the question. She said, come on, Charlamagne. No, 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 no. It's Joe Biden. She repeated, it's Joe Biden, as he tried to give his reason for why he was asking her such a crazy question. And don't start talking like a Republican about asking whether or not he's president. And it's Joe Biden. It's Joe Biden. And I'm vice president. And my name is Kamala Harris. Don't start talking like a Republican asking about who's the president and who's the real president and is he actually the president. He is the president. It is Joe Biden and I am the vice president and my name is Kamala Harris. So she stood up for herself when Charlamagne was trying to discredit her publicly and beat her down. I don't know if people ever seen this. I have an issue with Charlamagne when it comes to black women. Like when it's convenient for him, you'll notice what he did to Lil Mama. If you go back and watch that interview with Lil Mama, he beat Lil Mama into submission, into a place where this young lady started to cry on the show. And he just kept going and kept going. And, it was all about views and ratings. And it was never about treating her as a human. I kind of felt like he did the same thing with Kamala Harris. Now, according to the article, the radio host also said that he didn't expect Harris or Biden to join his show for any interviews in 2024, as he also infamously interviewed the president in 2020, which ended with Joe Biden telling listeners, "You ain't black if you were having trouble deciding between me and Donald Trump." Now, take that however you want to take it. Some people ran with it the wrong way. I actually really saw nothing much wrong with it. What I do notice, or what I would like to say though, is this. Charlamagne is like a tool. He is being used. So check it. Charlamagne is no dummy. He is educated to how politics plays out and who plays what position. Walk with me. Everybody knows that the vice president position is kind of like a dummy position. Not dummy as an intellectual dummy. It's kind of like a position where you're holding on to nothing, right? You don't have any real power as a vice president. Your job is to be assistant to the president. That means whatever comes down the pipeline for the president to fulfill, whatever agendas are placed on the table, those will always come first over your big dreams and goals and aspirations and visions as a vice president. Everything about you as a vice president is put on a back burner. And Charlamagne knows this. What vice president has done anything significant and great as a vice president? Probably none. Right? Right. So what did Charlamagne expect Kamala Harris to do as a vice president? He said, I'm not necessarily voting for Joe Biden. I'm voting for Kamala Harris. Okay, you voted for Kamala Harris for vice president. What did you think she was going to do? What was it that you were expecting her to do? Because she wasn't going to get in there and do anything above what the president is supposed to be doing. Right? Right. So therefore, this whole thing about Charlamagne showing out in 2024 saying he no longer supports the Biden administration and Kamala Harris disappeared and she is no good and it's like she is ineffective basically, and he regrets casting his vote in that direction. I think this is all a part of the drumming up of leading people into the direction that they want them to go, which is to vote for the other side come election 2025. I don't know. Leave your comments in the comment section below. Tell me what you think about this one. And before you go off on a tangent talking about I'm voting for Trump, I would never vote for Biden, I want you to be able to answer all the things that Biden has done that are bad and all the things that Trump has done that are good. That part. I'll catch you on the next video. It's BrainFLoTv. I'm out. Peace.